Time Pirates, how are ye this morning? You can see poor Alicia is trying not to die.
It never fails.
Never fails, huh? Trying so hard not to die.
Remember that I gave you a bunch of flowers.
Oh, I mean, hugs help.
Yep.
Letting mommy nap helps more.
I gave you a bunch of flowers too.
I laid down.
That's very sweet. What a
and took a
good
nap.
daughter you are, Lorelai.
Yeah, I took a nap yesterday because I had a 100.5 fever,
Ooh.
and they picked flowers from the yard and brought them to me.
I think we have to evacuate. No, we don't.
All right, go watch your TV.
Well, it's what we call this is the point of the partnership, right? We just can't both be sick at the same time. So I got your back today, Alicia. I got your back.
Woohoo!
Lindsay says, just popping out to the post office. Hopefully won't be too long. And I said, travel safe. I was on early. And Zwake says, howdy, everybody. Happy Read Across America Day. Oh, no, that's a holiday. I can get it. I can get around that one. Like, get behind. That's what I meant. I can get behind that one.
Yep.
World Rescue Cat Day. There you go. Well, I got two of those. You got two of those too, don't you, Alicia?
Yep.
I mean, most people I know have rescue cats, right? It's a lot more rare to see a purebred cat. Not that they don't exist, but I mean, most people.
I mean, if you want to get technical, the only cat I've paid for was Isis, but that was the donation fee at the shelter.
Exactly. That's all I've ever paid for too. Yep. Same. And Swank is nice. Yeah, I don't remember what Cora was now. Toby was free because we got him in the spring, and there are so many dang cats in the spring where people at the barns have them, and they will offer and just bring them in because they don't need all the dang cats they get. And so they're always like, please just take a cat. Please, I'm begging you. Please take a cat. Zwank says, waiting for my coffee to cool, which I totally understand. I do that too. I have to have it really, really hot when it's served to me, and then I have to wait for it to cool enough that I can drink it. I don't know why my brain is like that, but apparently I'm not the only one.
I think I have to heat mine up again.
Yeah, you like yours just to stay really hot. I think I used to, when I was little, I would drink my mom's cold coffee. Like whatever she had left in the cup, that's what I would drink because I'm not supposed to drink it. So I was being so bad, right? And so I think that just gave me the taste for cold coffee. And I don't mean iced coffee, cold coffee.
My sister used to do that. She'd drink my mom's cold coffee.
Yep, that's what I would do. I mean, it was sweet. She liked it sweet with milk in it, just like I do. So.
I know. I need it to be hot, especially right now.
The funny part is then I was like, Mom and I went through a rough patch. And during that time, I hated coffee. And later on, as an adult, I've started to like coffee again. And I thought, I wonder if all of that, this coffee I have like related to my relationship with my mother. Like that was always how I felt about coffee has gone that way. But also, Molly, welcome in. Did you read your pages? I've read my pages. I am on page
is a behemoth.
56. I'm on page 56. Like I said, though, it's weird. Like this book feels like way bigger than like Raven Scholar.
How many pages?
It's only like 150 pages bigger.
That's this so book, weird.
I know this book feels like it should be like over 1,000 pages just looking at it. Just feeling it, the heft of it, but it's not. It's 804. Look, that's still a lot. I'm not saying it's a tiny thing, but I'm just saying that the perception is weird.
Right.
So, yeah. Swank says, I didn't read Dr. Seuss Day. I did not. I got caught up on Cat Day. Thank you, Swank, and happy Dr. Seuss Day. When we did a little free library video the other day filming it, and there was a Dr. Seuss Green Eggs and Ham in Spanish. It was so cool. It was so cool.
What would that be like? Verde and then whatever.
E hormone.
Yeah.
Huevos. So it's like huevos verde y jamon, something like that.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it
Because
was just really
Dr.
cute.
Seuss's birthday is today, isn't it?
That would
Or
make
that's
sense why it's Dr.
tomorrow.
Seuss Day then. See, all the cool people are born in March. Hint, hint.
I'm born in May.
Sorry. That my husband and son were born in May. Lame people. Sorry. Only cool people. They're March. March is the cool people month.
I actually like. I'm not a big fan of my birthday being in May, mainly because all of my family members have passed away in May.
Oh no.
My aunt passed away in May. My grandma passed away in May. My mom passed away in May. And I was like, why y'all gotta do that to me? So like I'm the only like brightest part of May.
Maybe that's it. They're like they knew that you would have something to celebrate. So they're like, we'll go now so that she still has something awesome to celebrate. And it's not just an overall depressing month. You see? That's why they
But
were thinking of you.
I mean,
Was you born inside of me?
I was born in May. Lorelai's like, were you? Yes, I was born
Yes.
in May.
Yes, honey.
She's my April baby.
Swank says November. By the way, I'm kidding. I'm as far from cool as cool gets. So it's no problem.
And yes, today is Dr. Seuss's birthday.
There you go. Makes sense then. Totally makes sense. Sometimes the days make sense. Sometimes they're like, what? And sometimes they're like, okay, yep, it tracks.
Yep.
And Lindsay made it back. Man, your post office is close.
Right?
I would have to be gone for like an hour and 15 minutes just to drop stuff off at the post office like I just did based on traffic. And my post office is not that far. It's just there's a lot of traffic. I lied. It might be 40 minutes. I was thinking of the other post office. I forgot. We have one closer. So 40 minutes. Swank says May is zombie month. Oh, there you go, Alicia. Zombie month.
Zombie month. Do I look like a zombie?
I mean, today. Do you want to ask that question today?
Fair point.
Yeah, and
I
did
just
you see
hack
the
up
shooting?
part of the lung.
The shooting. Alicia was very sweet. She texted me last night and asked if I was okay with the shooting. But the shooting was in Austin, so not Houston.
Well, then the news got it wrong because they said downtown Houston.
Yeah, no, it was downtown Austin on 6th Street, which we've gone down quite a few. It's the party
Right.
part because
Yeah.
Austin is it's not only our capital, it's also where the University of Texas is.
They did say there was a lot of people like club goers.
Yeah, because 6th Street is the party street.
Yeah.
So there's one bar after another after another after another.
So easy to bar hop.
Yeah, exactly. And it was 2 a.m., but these are college students, so they would have been there right until they could like walk away.
Right.
So Yep.
That's crazy.
it is
And then
crazy.
there's also much more going on in the news. Don't get me started.
Yeah, it's scary out there right now. I've never had such a unstable. I've never lived in such an unstable political environment. So yeah,
Yeah.
we've Gen X has been pretty lucky until now.
Yeah.
Let's see. Lindsay says really close and possibly first time ever there was no queue. They wanted you to get back on time. That was so kind of them. So kind of them. They knew our stream would not be the same without you.
Right.
And Mel joined. Good morning, Kelly Cal. Good morning, Alicia. Good morning, Mel Melly. So good to see you. Gotta wait for Kiana to get on to see if she read her pages.
Ooh.
Molly says, ooh, those are all great holidays. They are. Those are pretty darn good holidays.
Right.
Especially for this channel. All three of them totally fit with us. So, excellent.
Yes. Yes, they do.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, we had our event on Saturday. We had a lot of fun because we had friends come join us, but there were a ton of people there too, but the way they had it set up, not very many people walked by the booth. So is what it is. Because the lines were so long for beer and crawfish, that's where they didn't want to walk anymore after that. You know what I mean? They're like, let's sit down and eat our crawfish. And then they did not go and see the booths. And Molly said, yes, I read yesterday's end today's pages. Yay! Yay, first 2 days. We're caught up for the first 2 days. I went ahead yesterday when I was procrastinating and I marked them all. I wasn't going to, but I thought, why not? So I went ahead and marked them. So it'll be so satisfying as you pull one off after another, right? It was so satisfying to pull off the one this morning. So yeah.
Some coughs are better than others.
Some costs are better than others.
Some coughs are better than
Oh.
others.
Gotcha.
I had to mute for that one because it felt like it was coming from the bottom of my lungs.
Oh, that's good. That's productive coughing. Productive coughing is always better.
It's very like bronchitis type.
Yeah, you got to watch it, make sure it doesn't progress into pneumonia. That's the scary part, right? That's the part you must pay attention to. And Molly said, I think this may be the book to start me annotating. I have marked off some really cool lines. I have never read anything by Samantha Shannon. I understand why she's so popular. I usually don't care about the writing. I care about the storytelling. And the writing just can't be distracting, right? Her writing is actually really cool. I like the way she forms things, the way she presents them. Like on, I think it was like the first freaking page. Let me see. Come on, baby. Yeah, the very first page. And she says, her heart was a fistful of thunder. I'm like, what a great line. That is so descriptive without being like purple. There's one where it's a maid, like a wealthy born maid to the queen. You know, they always did that. The ladies in waiting were usually wealthy daughters of other nobles, right? So I said they always did that. This is a made up world, but you know, it's got royalty very much like ours. And so Trudy is the name of that maid. And then there's another one who comes from a poor family. She's actually an actual servant, right? And her name is Ede. So Trudy is the younger one, the spoiled one, right? And she says, then I would not have to sleep in this cage. And Ede says, all the world is a cage in a young girl's eyes. And I'm like, it is. That's exactly what it feels like. So like just the writing in this is just really good. It's very perceptive. So I agree, Molly. This would be a really, really good book to annotate. There's some good stuff in it. And I love Ede right now. Ede is my favorite character so far.
Listen, you guys keep talking about it. I might just add it to my Amazon order.
I know you're like, gosh, doggone it.
Not that I need anything else to read.
Mel says, I wanted to recommend a duology I read a while ago, but I came across again. Thought you really would like, Kelly, The City of Diamond and Steel by Francesca Flores. Well, I don't know. I'll look it up. I've been considering rereading them. I don't know what that one is. Let's see. City of Diamond and Steel.
It's not expired. This costs more on Audible than it does a hardcover.
Yeah, that's pretty typical. Narrators are expensive. Printing books is cheap. And the hardcovers, they'll even get cheaper than the ebooks sometimes because they're trying to get rid of the last ones they have.
Not me adding it to my cart.
Looks like it came out in 2020.
Priory of the Orange Tree?
No, Diamond City. The City of Steel and Diamond that Mel was talking about.
Oh.
I mean, that looks cool. It looks like an urban fantasy. That's cool. I'll add it to the want to read. All right. Swing says, how many pages a day is it? It's 26 pages a day to finish Priory of the Orange Tree by the end of the month. I actually did my calculations at 28 because I use this app and it calculated for me. And the 28 pages a day was including like the glossary and stuff, but I'd rather read too much. So if I have a day I'm behind, it's easier to catch up, right?
Yep.
So that's how I divided it up. So the last day is only like 15 pages or something. So it's not even that, 28, 26 doesn't make that much of a difference. And I made my stopping point. It's not exactly that many per day because I made my stopping point somewhere that would logically stop, either a scene break or a chapter break.
Crayola markers.
And Molly answered 26 already too. And Swank says, thanks, Molly. And Mel says, ooh, Priory of the Orange Tree. I love that book. Yeah, so far I'm loving it too. But we'll see. I am at the beginning. Kelly, I need to diagram stuff, I think. It's complex already. But oh yeah, that Heat Thunderline. I need to get a hard copy of that book. Yeah, the Thunder of the Heart. Yeah, the Heart Thunderline. I just love that line. And that's the first freaking page. Yeah, Molly, I don't know if you're listening to this or how you were doing this one. I have to read this one because also if I get distracted, I'll go back and read the page again because this is definitely a book that you can't lose the details of, and it's long. So there's going to be a lot of them. And the map is extremely helpful.
The map.
And it's nice that on the chapter she puts east or west, and so that you know which culture we are talking from, which POV at that point.
Oh boy.
Mel says, add it, Alicia. It's worth it. Priory of the Orange Tree. You get all the peer pressure of Priory of the Orange Tree.
I added it. Because I'm not supposed to be buying books.
Can you get it from the library?
Yeah, if I want to wait for it. Let me see.
Well, I mean the physical. A lot of times when I have to wait for books, I can get the physical right away. That's what I have found. That's why I get more physical library books than anything, except audio when I can get it, right? But otherwise, I get the physical all the time.
No, there's 6 holds on 2 copies at the library.
For the physical? Man.
Ebook, but not the physical.
Gotcha.
And I don't do ebook, so.
I love ebooks. And Kiana joined us. Kiana, do you have your pages in? We were talking to Priory of the Orange Tree. I made it to page, what did I say? No, I can't remember.
56.
Yes, 56.
That I remember.
You did. I'm so impressed.
There's so many numbers in my head. Don't ask.
Oh no, I feel you. I do that too. I get it. I'm the number keeper. I even have my debit card number memorized. I don't know why.
That's me, but with my credit card.
Yeah, see. Mel says, good morning, Key. And Molly says, I am reading, but on my iPad. See, I find that, no, I love my ebooks, right? So I read them too. I'm not saying that. But when it comes to this kind of book, I need to flip back and forth to the map. So that helps for me. And it's really hard, not impossible. It's much easier to do on the iPad than it is the Kindle, to flip back and forth between the map and the pages. Mel says, I think I'll join you in reading it. I still need to get to A Day of Fallen Night. So at roughly 28 pages a day, would have to read 56 pages today to catch up. Yep. And yes, we did start it yesterday. So yesterday, first day. And that's why I am on page 56 right now.
Let's see.
Kenneth says, no, I'm on page 3. Oh, come on. You can catch up with Mel. You can do it. But I was gone yesterday for my nephew's birthday. Yeah, that's another thing I like. 28 pages a day. It's pretty easy to catch up the next day, as long as you don't let too many of those days go by. But you have the day that's just too busy. I do not have time today. Then catching up the next day is not an impossibility.
In theory, if I order soon, it should be here between 5 and 10 p.m. today.
Oh, then you could catch up tonight on my reading sprints, assuming you're not sleeping. I mean, you got to be healthy. Otherwise, there's no point.
That is true. And I know my husband's like, hey, do you want to watch the show?
You'd be like, no, I want to read.
I do. He won't be here. When is he out of town? The week of the 12th. I think he'll be out of town. So I'll do all my reading then.
Awesome. Let's see. Kiana says hi back, and Mel says happy birthday to your nephew, Key. Happy birthday. Birthdays are fun. All right. Ironically, at the Crawfish Festival, neither Zafo or I had any crawfish because the line was just too long.
Oh,
and we
wow.
were working, so we didn't get any crawfish. My daughter and son and lots of other people got crawfish, but we did not get any. But we did stop by Tejas Barbecue on the way home and got some really fancy dancy chocolates that I haven't eaten yet. I think there's one out of here because we gave one to a friend at the event. But
Ooh.
I figured I will reward myself for being a good girl today. But look, they're like fancy dancy homemade. This one says
Oh, wow.
stroopwafel. So that's got stroopwafel. That's why there's a little piece on the top. This one is espresso. And then I think the other two, snickerdoodle and birthday cake. I did not choose them because I would have chose some with fruit in them. I love fruit and chocolate.
Me too.
Love fruit and chocolate. It's just made to go together. But also they got like 2 of each. I don't know why they didn't get like 8 different ones.
That would have been my thing.
Right? Yeah, but see, they're cute because this is snickerdoodle. And look, they even crushed it down so it looks like the snickerdoodle cookie. How smart is that? Like,
Oh,
they did really cool in the decorating of these. And this one's birthday cake.
huh.
So I'm like, it's just, right? It's really, really clever. So I will look forward to eating one of these later today. No, Corey, you can't have any. It's chocolate.
No.
Of course, like, what about me, Mom? I'm a good girl. And she came with us, and she was such a good girl Saturday. She
Yay.
was so good. So she's definitely our. We can take her with us, dog. I haven't had one of those in a while.
They're like, here, we'll send it, but we're going to use the manufacturing packaging. That means you're just going to deliver it as is. Do you think I want my book torn up? You better put that in a package.
I tend to tear up my own books. It's fine. Not on purpose. It just ends up that way.
That's one thing. If I tear it up, that's one thing. But I want it to come to me pretty.
Awesome. All right. Mel says those look delicious, right? But they're also really good chocolate, so it's easy for me to resist them. What I mean by that is like I will binge crappy chocolate, just throw it in my mouth. But these were like expensive and beautiful and gorgeous, and I'm like, this isn't a reward. I need to wait. And so I think it's kind of cool that my brain will do that for some things. I wish it would do that for potato chips. That'd be great. Wait until the time is right. Kiana says, thanks. His birthday was on January 31st, but we had to push his party back due to rain. Gotcha. Well, you've been getting a lot of rain then. You had to push it back an entire month. Poor guy.
88.98. No, I didn't just order it.
It better not have been $89.
No, I ordered other things.
Oh,
That was just part of the order.
gotcha.
I got thermometer covers, Egyptian stickers, markers for the kids, Priory of the Orange Tree, and I got a new square notebook. Not that I needed any.
Peer pressure. Peer pressure did it. She bought the book. She's in.
Listen,
So there you
on
go.
my sprints yesterday, I put a poll to have them help me choose which one was going to be my next reading journal.
Mm-hmm.
It was tied by the end. And I was like, and I even said, I could go with the consistency of, because I'm doing a square one, and this one is blue with flowers and birds, I could do a pink one with flowers and a cat. So it's consistency of floral with an animal, and it's square. The other one would be the consistency of going from blue to blue, but it would still have a floral on it. I think Molly changed her answer for the poll, but then someone else came by and voted and tied it up again. And I said, son of a bitch.
I should have closed it.
Right? So, but I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go with the pink one. Because I really want to use the pink one. But I just ordered a blue one, so I'm like, well, nope, I'll stick with the pink one. So this one will be cat and Egyptian themed for the rest of the reading journal.
Molly says, "Hey, we're not letting you delegate those important decisions to us." That's right. That's right.
I
Sorry.
mean,
You have to decide. It's your money, your book that you have to live with.
it was one I already had. I didn't know, and I figured you guys could be helpful, but apparently not.
All right. Are we ready for our first sprint? I will actually be editing today. So I spun my spinner wheel because I am obviously I'm much better than I was last Monday, right? When I was dying like poor Alicia is today. But I can't make decisions. I just can't. I'm too tired. So I spun my wheel and it said I had to do CDS stuff. And that is an edit I need to get done. That's the biggest, most prominent thing on my CDS list I have to do. So I'm going to do that right now. So here we go. While Alicia is communicating with children, we're going to start the sprint. Here we go. And there was our first sprint. How did everyone do? I answered a couple of emails and I got 8 pages edited. Only 106 left. No problem. No problem. How'd you do, Alicia? Did you survive? Just surviving right now is a win, right?
I took some Robitussin because I couldn't stop coughing. I heated up my coffee. I closed out February budget and opened up March budget. And I went to look at my Audible because I think my credit is coming today. And I was looking to see if they had Priory of the Orange Tree on there, which they do. And then I saw that my Barnes & Noble membership was renewed. So I get a free tote bag next time I go in.
Yay, very cool.
I hope they have cool colors because I already have blue and orange, like a coppery orange. So I think last time the only other option was black, but I'm hoping that they'll have more.
I think I got like a burgundy one.
That would be nice, like a red one or like a green. Or I'll just get another.
I'm surprised
blue.
they don't just have green every year because it's Barnes & Noble. That's like their color.
Right?
Mhm.
They should. We'll find out. It's a sturdy tote bag though, so I'm not complaining.
Yeah, they do have nice tote bags, I have to admit. I don't know where I put mine. It's probably in the corner of my bedroom over there. That's called the I'll get to it corner.
I have one of those.
Yeah.
I need to do that soon.
Let's see. Molly says, talking about the journals. So this means you decided it was important to be consistent in both shape and color. If you got the blue one, I suppose.
I did, but I don't think I'll use that one because I tend to use what I have already, but then I'll buy new ones for later.
Gotcha.
Don't ask me why.
It's called an addiction. I have it too. I get it. Jean says, good morning, Kelly and Alicia. This morning, YouTube wouldn't show you me today stream. It would only show me tomorrow on my main stream. That's so weird how it does that. It does that to me too sometimes. I have to actually go to the Cursed Dragon ship. I don't understand. Sometimes it works great, and sometimes it just doesn't. Yeah, Jean says weird. It is weird. YouTube's being weird. At least we're seeing comments now, knock on wood.
This is true.
Molly says, if I understand you right, Jean, that has been happening to me and not just to this stream. Yeah, exactly. And I couldn't even find the live stuff yesterday because I have all my subscribers in alphabetical order.
Right.
So I can find them if I need to scroll and find someone specific. So I set that, right, to make it alphabetical. But usually the ones that are live pop up at the top.
Right.
It was not doing that. I was like, but I need to know who's streaming right now. I need to get some reading. How am I? It was so frustrating.
They've been doing something because every time I go in, like your subscription page, like yesterday, it changed like 3 different times because it would say like most relevant, and then it would have shorts, and then it would have the rest of your videos. I went back to it again and refreshed the page, and then it was doing shorts and then the rest of the videos.
They really want you to watch shorts. I keep telling it no shorts. I tell it fewer shorts. I don't want to see the shorts because the shorts distract me and I can't get anything done. That's doom scrolling for me, right? So I don't do the shorts. So I always have to say, show me less shorts.
Well, and from my understanding, shorts is just a piece of a bigger video, right? So
no, they're not.
It's not?
No, most people do shorts. They're just shorts. Oh. It's a completely different kind of form. It's like TikTok. It's just like Reels on Instagram. It's like TikTok. That's what the shorts are on YouTube. That's just what they call them.
Oh, I don't have TikTok.
Yeah, I can't get on TikTok for the same reason I can't do any of these other things because they just eat my life.
I would sit here and not get anything done.
Exactly. I literally can't get off them. Like I said, you can't change your brain. You have to learn how to work with it. So the way I work with it is I don't get on those things. So I can't get off.
This coffee is so hot, but it feels so good on my throat.
I bet it does on a sore throat for sure. Let's see. And Laura joined us. Hi, Laura. Good to see you. I woke up this sprint. Yay. I mean, that's an accomplishment right there. Without Christina, who we miss dearly, we need the coffee and contemplation now. See?
Right?
And Kiana says, I got to page 5 of Priory and started I Medusa. Excellent.
Ooh.
Mel says, making breakfast for the kiddos before I settle down to read. Excellent, excellent. Looks like we're jumping on the March of the Mammoths, and we're all going to read Priory now. Kiana says, and apparently Barnes & Noble renewed my membership. Look at that. See?
We're at
Y'all
the
are in
same,
the same
time.
club.
Mine was renewed yesterday.
That's so funny. And Jean says, Alicia sounds like I feel. Oh, I'm so sorry, Jean. Yeah, it's not wellness going around, I'll tell you that.
No.
Kenna said, I was typing that as Alicia said it. You were like, dude, same.
Yep.
Jean says, I bought yarn on Saturday. Oh, well, see, that's a nice relaxing thing to get done. Were you able to find? I know you said that some of your colors were, I don't know, out of print. I don't remember what they call it. They don't make it anymore.
Oh.
I don't remember what that's called. So did you get some that matched the ones you were looking for? Ganna says, I think this year is green or burgundy. There you go.
Ooh.
I mean, I renewed mine at Christmas and I got a burgundy one. So they might have just gotten them in. You know what I mean?
Right.
Molly says, I am setting up my Amazon order. Excellent. Mel, I love a good sturdy tote bag. Helps me carry all my library books. Yes, for sure. Especially with the kids. I definitely had way more library books with when we would go with the kids.
And their tote bags actually have little pockets, so you could actually put like a bottle of water and like pens and stuff.
Yeah, they are quite nice. I have to admit, quite nice. Jean says, and comments in English. Yes, exactly. We have comments and they're in English.
And they're not backwards.
Laura says, I have 2 hours left on my audiobook and the lovers are happy and have dumped their trauma. I'm terrified. 2 more hours. What the heck is going to go down? Right? Right? You're like, I know they have to break up right now. So what is going to happen? I don't know. What are you reading, Laura? Laura says, I don't want my boys to have a dark night of the soul. Their lives have already had issues. I'm sorry. Maybe it's just lots of sex for the last 2 hours. You never know. Zwing says, wrote my morning pages. Yep. What's up with BookTube, Mama? I don't know. I know she was taking a break, so I thought she was coming back in March, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think she's on vacation, but she should be coming back soon. Yeah. Because the March, what is it? March Madness or whatever.
Supposed to participate in that, but I didn't. I asked February 10th, are we still doing this? But then I didn't get an answer. And then it turns out she did reply to me on February 20th. I checked a couple days, but I missed that one. I'm like, I need so much more time to plan than this. I cannot do things last minute.
Dee Dee's doing sprints for it right now.
Yes, and I'll be on a lot of those sprints, so I love that they have them. But I was going to participate, and I just can't. I have to plan things way in advance.
Same.
My March is already booked. Like I am already booked. Nothing else fits. So I don't know what to say.
I was supposed to help with a different readathon, the Vikingathon or something. But when she starts, my kids will be on spring break. So I won't be available.
No, you're like, sorry, I will be full of children at that time.
Exactly.
Jean says discontinued. Thank you, Jean. Thank you. Discontinued. That's what I was looking for yarn, right? When you can't find it, certain colors and stuff, or anything that works for any kind of product. I just could not remember. I had the, out of print publishing book world thing, and I couldn't remember the actual word for the rest of the world. Molly says, do you guys who annotate do it with tape or pens or stickers? Like I said, I don't annotate, so I don't know. How do you do it, Alicia?
I have clear Post-it notes, and so I will have the tabs, and then I will write on a clear Post-it note. I can go get one of my books that I did.
Yeah, that'd be cool. We show it in the break. Yeah. So that's the, there you go. I don't do it because since I edit so many books, it feels like work if I'm annotating, because that's what I do for a living, right? So I don't actually annotate books. I don't want to. It's just that simple. Jean says, my cousin says she will call to discuss. She was not impressed with my similar colors. They are very different shades of dark purple. Oh no, I'm so sorry. Mel says, I use pen and sticky notes, Molly. There you go. Laura says, I'm reading The Entanglement of Rival Wizards by Sarah Rosh. Interesting.
Very interesting.
Mel says, I sprint for March Madness on the 7th and 14th. Well, we will look for you, Mel. So we'll come over there.
Yep.
Mel says, I actually have to schedule those sometime today. See, that's what I mean. Like, it was like the spreadsheets, like, I just couldn't. I'm sorry, man. I can't. And Instagram is like the worst way to communicate. So I don't know why so many booktubers do it that way.
Discord. They should do like a Discord.
Yes, Discord's
Or
great. I mean,
create, like, a
email and
chat
text, for
domain.
God's sake, anything but Instagram. And Mel says, I actually have to schedule those sometime today. I think I read that. And Swank says, oh, then hydrate, take meds, get a snack, change laundry, and go potty. Thank you, Swank. Thank you very
There
much.
you go.
We need our reminders. Don't forget, take meds and save.
No, I miss Christina's reminders.
Yes, we do miss them a lot. They literally help. So awesome. Molly says, thanks. And Molly's, whoop, keep it up, Swank. That's right. That's right. Awesome. All right, let's start our second sprint, and I will get back to editing. We'll see you on the other side. Excellent, excellent. That was our second sprint. I made it to page 20. How did you do, Alicia?
I am revamping my financial binder, and I was pulling labels off, and they left adhesive behind. So that's frustrating.
That is
I just have to do the peanut butter trick. But all of my things are organized now. I went and got
Yay.
like a dividers that have the month on them, and that'll make it a little easier. And I went and got the book.
Dun dun dun.
Those were all of my tabs.
Nice.
And then
Which book is this now? I can't see the title. It's one of the Twilight ones. Oh, it's Crave. That's right. Okay, go ahead.
Crave by Tracy Wolf.
Tracy Wolf.
And then this is what it looks like on the inside. So it looks like I've written in the book, but it's actually a post-it note.
Nice.
It's a
There you
clear
go,
Post-it.
Molly. That's pretty cool.
So, and I got the clear Post-its on Amazon. So
Very
that's why my
cool.
book looks thicker than it does, or what it normally would, because of all the tabs and
All the tabs in there.
Post-it notes. So,
Gotcha.
and I just went throughout. I even have like a
guide for the colors. Yeah, I was wondering. Yep.
like a key, so I can decide what the things are gonna be.
Each color means. I love it. I love it. That's really cool.
It's huge.
And let's see. We had Vanessa joined us last sprint. Hello, Vanessa. Good to see you. Morning, Pirates. Arg. And Christina. Yay, Christina. We were just talking about you. We miss you so much. Christina says, good morning, Kelly. Good morning, Alicia. And Christina's taking a short vacay from my vacation. Remember to hydrate, feed thyself, check the laundry, take meds, stretch, and show some love to the like button. Also, make sure you sub and ring that bell so you hopefully get notified. Words of
How we
wisdoms from our
have
very,
missed-
very, yes, well missed BookTube mama. And we got the reading sprints up for March Madness. Very excited to participate in that. I shall be on the sprints, rooting for you all. I have 2 arcs. I have 3 I really should read, but I have 2 that I will read this month. And Alicia says, hey to Vanessa and Christina. It's good to see you. And Vanessa says, Christina, so good to see you. And hi to Alicia. Swank says, howdy, Mama. Missed you so much. Seal of her and she shall, or speak of her and she shall appear. Exactly. It worked. And Ren. Hello, Ren. So good to see you. Vanessa says, hey to Ren. And Ren says, was reading Ink Blood to Sister Scribe in bed, then accidentally fell asleep. But I made it. It's all good, man. If you fell asleep, then you needed the nap. No worries whatsoever. I hope you feel refreshed. Ren says, hello, Vanessa and Jessica Kiwi. Good morning, Jessica Kiwi. Good to see you. Lindsay says, I need to complete a job application, but I'm doing lots of other tasks instead. At least I'm being productive. Yeah, I do that too. Right? You know, it's time to write, so I get, the house clean instead. That's how it works. Poor Alicia. Are you flustered now? Flustered?
No, I went. So my husband came through the front door, but I didn't know it was him until he had popped through. So I was like, who the hell is trying to be like coming through my front door?
Coming in my door. My kids are at home. What is going on? Yeah.
Exactly. So then it found out it was him. And then for whatever reason, he made me laugh. And then I went into a coughing fit.
Oh.
So then I got all heated from the coughing fit. So I was trying to cool off. And I'm just like, this sucks.
Yeah. Being sick is messy. I'll tell you that, man. It's definitely messy.
I'm gonna have to pee like there's no tomorrow between all the water and coffee and all the things I've been drinking. Tea.
Consuming.
I need to make more tea.
Yeah. Well, I should make some tea. That sounds good. Molly says, nice. Not about you coughing, about Lindsay being productive. And Jessica Kiwi says, River was neurotic and woke me up 4 times. Oh, I'm so sorry. Cannot guarantee I will stay awake for too much longer. Yeah, I don't blame you. Sounds like a nap day today. It's a nap day for everyone. Mel says,
Right?
finish making breakfast, prepping my son's lessons for the day for homeschool while he eats. Nice. That's good use of time. Well done. And Zwank says, speaking of her, that's right. We got Christina. Ren says, Kelly and Alicia, will you be joining Vikingathon? I will not. I've got so much on my plate right now. I'm about to lose my mind.
Probably not, because, like I said, I was supposed to co-host with it, but I think it starts the week that my kids have spring break, so I won't be available. So, and if I can't get rid of this cough, then I won't feel well enough to do it.
You better be able to get rid of it in 2 weeks. Come on, man. You can do it. You can do it.
Last one I had
see.
lingered for 4, so cross
Right.
fingers.
Right. And Christina says hi to Vanessa and Swank. And Ren says hi to Christina, as does Mel. And Mel says hi to Ren. And Paula. Hey, Paula. It's so good to see you. Hi, Kelly, Alicia, and chat. And Christina. Hi, Mel. Hi, Ren. Vanessa, Ren of Vikingathon. Please say more words. And look at that, Christina, right there with the link. I don't know how we survive without you. Usually Alicia has to go, hold on, I'll find it. So, we need our Christina.
What are we looking for?
But it's already on. Christina posted it. It's the Vikingathon readathon announcement. We're good.
Oh, sweet. Thank you, Christina.
And Paula says, well, at least you're hydrating, Alicia. See? Hydrating.
Yeah. Yesterday, I drank so much water, I feel like I was peeing every 5 minutes.
That's the story of my life. I don't know what you're talking about. That's just normal.
I'm not normally a water drinker, so, but when I'm sick, I drink water.
Oh, let's see. Charles popped in. Hi, Charles. Haven't seen you in a few days too. How are you doing?
Hi,
Popping in to like the like button and say hi, y'all. Charging through 4 borrows from Hoopla. Ooh, 78% through the Coven Secret by Alicia Raids. That sounds awesome. Vanessa, I usually brew half coffee, half Creo brew. It's ground cacao beans. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot to put the coffee in, so I had to brew an entire other one with the coffee. Now I'm drinking a cup of coffee the size of my head. Well, you had to blend them together. I mean, it's just the way it worked this time. It is what it is.
I have my
Vanessa
butterbeer
says-
flavored coffee.
There you go. Vanessa says, hey, Charles. And Jean says, hey, Christina and Steve. And Vanessa says, thank you, Christina. And Paula says, hey to Steve. And Swank says, read all my daily books. Self-love, philosophy, self-care, psychology, abundance, grief, etc. Get to read next sprint. Yay, you're ready
Wow.
to do it. Are you reading Priory? You already read Priory, right? I'm pretty sure Ren said that she already read Priory. Mel's reading it again with us. We kind of convinced her on accident this morning. Christina says, hi to all the peoples and you're most welcome. And Vanessa says, man, we have missed you, Christina. We have. I don't know if you're back, if you were just taking off February, if you're taking off longer. I'm glad you took time off, though. You were working way too much, with us. You know what I mean? You need balance. Life is all about balance. So I'm so glad you took some time off. But my gosh, did we miss you. Vanessa, I was a rebel and read a little ahead in Book of Doors last night. Oh, Vanessa. I did get to my page 100 over the weekend. So I am where I am supposed to be and ready for Wednesday. Ren says, I still need to read Priory. Okay, Ren has not read Priory yet. I mean, now's the time. If you start right now, you're only 56 pages behind. You can catch up.
My copy should arrive later today.
Yeah, see, even Alicia's like, I'm reading it.
I'm having FOMO, man. I don't want to be left behind. Not that I don't have like a huge TBR to read anyway.
Well, it's not just that. It's also when you go to the big old book, it's so much easier to read it with people than by yourself.
Exactly. If I don't do it now, then I'll never do it.
Yep, makes total sense. Vanessa says, I'm not far ahead, but just a smidge. I will say I started to like it a lot more, so I am into it at this point. I'm very curious about, the woman. So it is 26 pages a day, Ren, for Priory. So 26. I think I'm doing 28, so I'll be a little bit ahead, but I need the ahead time because I have like a whole weekend I'm not going to be able to read. But 26 is what you need to read per day to stay on time. Tomb Raider, yes. By the time I pop in your Monday night sprints, I'll be all caught up with Priory. Yay!
I need to find my fan.
Yeah, you're like, man, that's the problem with having fevers, right? You get hot and cold, not cold, not cold. Or menopause, one or the other, but you're still too young for that one.
Well, I'm in perimenopause. Because I get hot flashes. I woke up last night at like 3 a.m. completely drenched in sweat, coughing my head off.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Let's see. Vanessa says, also, I'm about to get Raven Scholar on Libby. All my holds are coming in at once. That's how it works. I'm glad we can suspend them now, though. I like that. So it works for me. Yeah, so that's what Mel said. 26 to 28 a day, Ren. And Ren said, that's not bad. I might be convinced. Ooh. I'll see if my library has a copy. That was the trick. That's the trick.
Do it.
Mel says, do it, Ren. It's so good. And you get to read with friends. Plus, if we all read it, maybe we can get like the next one, which is actually the prequel. It's 0.5. And then maybe we can read it for 100 pages club. Then we can just read 100 pages a week. You know what I mean?
Ooh, there you
So
go.
if we all love this, we can put that on the list.
Yeah,
Excellent.
because we're gonna have to choose. I guess April. No.
Yeah. So I think when we
April is
start
when we-
Pride and Prejudice, we can put the vote up because we want to have everyone to have time to get the book, right? Whether they have to put
Right.
on hold or whether they get it from however they get it. So we do want to do it in. So I think with the night that we discuss Book of Doors, we should put up the vote for what y'all want to do next. So we'll put that after Pride and Prejudice, right? So we'll put up a vote then, so that way everyone has time to get the book.
Yep. Yeah, because the last Wednesday of March is when we'll be discussing Book of Doors.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Vanessa says, I might do Murderbot before Raven Scholar since it's shorter and a quicker read. Yeah, and it's not just short, like quick. And Mel says, yes, I like that idea, Kelly, right? So we'll put it in the vote. Y'all get to vote. We chose the first 3, so y'all will get to vote on the next ones.
Yep.
Vanessa, what's the full Priory title? Because I'll need another hold book. It's the Priory of the Orange Tree.
Yeah.
Is it the? It is the, right?
The
yeah, the Priory of the Orange Tree. Yes, there you go. Yeah, and Lindsay says, I'd love to do the prequel for 100 Pages Book Club. So we'll put that up for vote. We'll put that one up for vote. So we're going to have a couple part 2s in there. But, I mean, we're the club, so if that's what we want to do, we're allowed. Because we're also going to put the Emily Wilde Map of the Otherlands into vote. And then one other that we're choosing. I'm leaning towards, so, yeah, you'd have to let me know what you think, is Stalking Jack the Ripper. I really want to read that one. And you have that one, too. So that would be fun, by Carrie Maniscalco.
Yeah.
You do. Yep.
I think that's one I attempted to read before and I couldn't get into it because it was kind of slow. And I was like, well, I'll put it down for now and come back to it. And I never did.
There you go. Well, we will see what happens. We shall see what happens, but we'll decide. Doesn't mean it is going to be that one, but I really want to read that one. But I shouldn't because it's not on Here Kid and I need to read a Here Kid book.
So we have to figure out what's going to be on Here Kid, but we both have.
That's right. We'll try.
And then we can make our poll.
There you go. Ren says, my library has a copy. I'll start catching up tonight. Yay! And Mel says, woohoo, Ren is one of us. One of us. That's right. That'd be really cool. We read this one and we all decide to read the next one. Even though I don't have the next one, but I'll buy it. I don't care.
Y'all, I need 5 subscribers to 500.
You're so close. Right on the verge,
So
baby. Right on the
close.
verge.
5. I need 5. I'm losing my voice. Jesus.
Well, good thing you don't stream until Wednesday, like when you have to do all the talking.
Right? My luck, it'll be gone by then. Knock on wood.
Yeah. Lindsay says, I've not read Emily Wilde book 1, but I'm happy to read it if book 2 is picked for 100 pages. And Vanessa, I put Priory on my saved list. Probably not going to be able to actually read it right now, though. Yeah, I mean, it's a beast. So, yeah, I understand.
It's a chunkster.
Yeah,
Bigger
for
than
sure.
Raven Scholar.
Yep, by about 150 pages bigger. So yeah. Let's see. Molly says if we wait until a bit later in the year, you might be able to use it for HearKit 3.0. True. True. And Vanessa says, Molly, excellent thinking. I'm waiting for our fantasy 2027 or 2026, the new our fantasy to come out. Because I'm curious if I'm going to do that one or a different one. So I need to see what's on there before I decide. Yes, yes, mine is 804 pages. Yeah, this hard copy is 804 pages. For the story, right? It's more pages, because of the the dictionary and all that stuff in the back. But it is 104 pages of story.
Oh my god.
And Molly says hello to all the peeps who came in during the sprint. Absolutely. All right, so we're gonna do our last sprint right now. I'm gonna get some more editing in, and I will see y'all in 30. All right, made it to page 31. Moving right along. I should get this done. Well, I'll get it done today for sure, but it might be the only thing I get done today at this rate. But you know, that's how editing works sometimes. And how did you do, Alicia?
I coughed most of that sprint.
I'm sorry.
It's weird because like I'm fine when we go into the sprint. Thank you. But then like I don't know, I'll cough once and then I'll cough again and then it sends me into like a coughing fit. And it's a very like deep bronchitis type cough. Like
you might
that.
need to you might need to go in before it becomes pneumonia.
And I'm just like, can this be over with already?
Right? I'm so sorry. Vanessa says, I'm like 10% into Here Kid 2.0, but I didn't start till January, so that's a win. Yes, yes, it is.
There you go.
Molly says, me too, for the R Fantasy. That starts in April. And Molly says, that's good, Vanessa. That is good. And Kelly says, yes, our fantasy starts in April. I have 4 books, 2 of which have already started to finish for last year's R Fantasy. So that I will definitely get done. But so this month, right, is the deadline. So I'll finish the 2 I've started and then read 2 more and I'm good. The 2 more I have to read, though, are long ones, but it's okay. I'm going to do it. It's fantasy. Of course they're long. That's the fun stuff. Vanessa says, Vikingathon looks really cool, but too complicated for my brain right now. I'm in sad shape. No, I get you. That's why I said I cannot. I am at my limit. I cannot participate in anything else right now. Vanessa, I went down to start laundry, but hubby is about to get on a work call. So that means I don't have to do laundry, right? Right? I mean, maybe don't have to do it at this moment.
That's what I said.
Yeah, Alicia says, that means you're being considerate and can't start laundry just yet because phone call. Vanessa says, I'm definitely being considerate, but I was actually motivated to do laundry. Now, we'll see. I feel you, man. That stuff is fleeting. It is fleeting, that motivation for cleaning.
I have to fold laundry today, and I don't want to.
I have sheets left to do, so I still need to change my sheets. Ren says, made it to 24%. Thanks for sprints, Kelly and Alicia. Absolutely. Thank you for being here. And welcome to Priory of the Orange Tree reading for March of the Mammoths. And Mel says, I found my copy of Priory amongst my many stacks, getting started on it after I finished my son's lessons. Yay.
There you go.
And Mel says, I'm so sorry you're feeling unwell, Alicia.
Me too. I hate being sick. But thank you.
Lindsay said, that's the cough I always get with the chest infection. Sounds like you might need steroids or antibiotics. Yeah, I agree. If nothing else, just to make sure it's not progressing into pneumonia.
Yeah.
Let's see. Swank got to page 15 in The End of the World. As we know it. Sorry, you can't say that and me not saying. It's just going to happen.
It's the end of the world as we
know it. You know, my daughter can sing all the verses in that.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
I cannot. That's as far as I know.
Neither. Molly says, last year, by the time I knew of our fantasy, I'd already finished it. Well, I would say I've already finished it if I just put in books that I've read this year, because I read so much fantasy, as proof of my little coloring page here. Because I decided to color to see it have an actual visual representation of the genres I'm reading. And it's lots of colors, right? But it's still predominantly purple. So there's still almost all purple in there. There's only one little brown one. That was a thriller. I don't read a lot of them. So yeah. It's definitely more purple than anything else. So our fantasy really isn't that hard. That's just for January and February, obviously. But what I mean is you could definitely see. I read a wide variety, but it's heavily fantasy.
Just when I think I'm done coughing, I cough again.
I'm so sorry. Vanessa says, thanks so much for sprints, y'all. Alicia, I hope you feel better. Yes, me too. I really hope you feel better. Get some sleep tonight.
Thank you.
Vanessa, fun fact, I worked for a little while for REM's accountant. What? Got to meet all of them. Stripe is so shy. That is, or Stipe is so shy. That is so cool, Vanessa. Mel, thank you both for the sprints. See you later tonight. Absolutely. I will be on later tonight, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. I will be on for writing sprints. And I will definitely be reading The Girl Who Heard Dragons because I need to get this done. So this is one of the R Fantasy ones. And it's pretty darn good. And believe it or not, it's the first Anne McCaffrey I've ever read. I've never read The Dragons of Pern, none of it. And you know what? I really like her writing.
I've
So-
never read anything by her.
Yeah, sometimes you get to like the writers that were writing in the 70s and 80s, and I'm like, you know what? I really like her writing. So I very well might do The Dragons of Pern. That could be exciting. Let's see. Did you see the final Goodreads Spring Challenge was released? Lindsay, yes. No, I can't keep up with those. I'm doing too many other things. So I get them if I happen to read a book, but I don't prioritize one to get the Goodreads challenges. So I did not see the final Spring Challenge. What is it? And Molly says, I did the months of the challenge, but I didn't know about it until October. Our fantasy she's talking about. Hold on, puppies. I'll let you in a minute. Vanessa, I might join you tonight. Yay. Vanessa's like, I also have not read Anne McCaffrey, I don't think, right? I was like, there's a big gap, things I grabbed off the shelves and things I didn't, so I don't know why. Ren says, my art fantasy for published in the 80s is Pawn of Prophecy by David Eddings. Nice. I've read all the David Eddings. I did like those. Yeah, and this one is mine. Is this mine from the 80s? No, this might be the one that I've had the longest. Now I can't remember which category it is. Anyway, so I've got to read that one.
I don't know.
Vanessa, you should also read Chelsea Quinn Yarbrough. She was amazing. Oh, I will add that to my list. I don't know if I've heard Chelsea Quinn Yarbrough. Lindsay says women's history books. Ooh, I did see the list of those. I like to see the list, so I didn't know that was the new challenge, but that makes sense. But the problem is they're all new ones, so I don't own any of them. So I added some to my TBR because quite a few of them looked really fascinating, but I'm not going to go out and buy one in order to make the Goodreads list. I'm sorry. It's just not
The
happening.
library.
No,
I can get
I've
it
got
from
too
the
much to read,
library.
man. Like I said, I am at my wit's end. I am at my wit's end. Vanessa says I
probably don't need to get anything from my library either because I have my own library to read.
Yeah. I mean, I did get Sapiens from the library. Hold on. Because I need graphic novel for your kid. And I'm not a big graphic novel kind of person. But this one is Sapiens. It's actually a nonfiction book.
Oh, wow.
And this one is the graphic novel version. I'm like, that is so cool.
Oh, wow.
And there's actually 3 volumes. So I went ahead and reserved. They didn't have the other 2. So I reserved them they'll come in. I'm like, I mean, they're just graphic novels. So I'm just going to read all 3 to count as the graphic for
Right.
your kid. So I'm excited. I'm like, nonfiction one, I'll take it. Okay, on the back, the blurbs, it is Bill Gates, Washington Post, President Barack Obama, Forbes, and Natalie Portman. How funny is that? You can tell it's a nonfiction. These are not the normal things you see on the back of a book.
Right?
And Vanessa says, I didn't start reading fantasy till I was in my 30s. I started in 8th grade, but I started a lot with what people handed me. And let's face it, those were a lot of men, and a lot of those men read men. So I didn't get a whole bunch of female exposure. And let's face it, there's not a lot of female fantasy writers anyways. So much more now. But back then, there were almost none. So
I don't know when I started reading fantasy.
yeah, no, I remember specifically because my very first fantasy book, not including The Hobbit. I read The Hobbit when I was very little.
I have not read that one.
I read The Hobbit. But I mean, let's face it, The Hobbit is not exactly, I don't know if easy reading is what I'm looking for, but accessible. Yeah, I think accessible is what I'm looking for. The Hobbit is not really an accessible read, and I still enjoyed it. I tried Lord of the Rings. I was like, no. And then I didn't really explore any more of that. I was reading everything my mom owned, right? So I read more sci-fi than anything. Everything my mom owned and my dad owned, and they had sci-fi and horror, and Clive Cussler. So I read a ton of that. Because that's what I had exposure to. And then when I went to the library, it was the things sanctioned by them. So it was things like, Nancy Drew and the Hardy Boys and a
That's
whole
what
bunch of
I
other
had.
things. Yeah,
I
right.
had
A whole
Nancy
bunch, a
Drew.
lot of classics. Yeah. But they didn't have a lot of fantasy in the school library either. But in 8th grade, a boy handed me Dragons of Autumn Twilight, which is the first in the Dragonlance series. And I was like, what is this? And I read that and I was like, I'm in love. And that's when I started just consuming fantasy. So I did read it when I was younger. So you would think I would have found Anne McCaffrey, but for some reason or another, I did not.
I think I was the first one to kind of like pick up on a lot of reading. My mom and dad didn't really read. Like to this day, my dad still doesn't like read. Um, my mom read some stuff, but it wasn't like she had a library like I do. So
Yeah, we had some books. The thing is, though, here's the funny part. You ready? I don't remember ever seeing my mother or father reading, not once.
same.
But we had books, and I read them. So, Lindsay says I read loads of Anne McCaffrey when I was a teenager, and Vanessa says Chelsea Quinn Yarbrough has an amazing series about Count Saint Germain vampires. Ooh, but so great as historical fiction. I do love historical fiction too.
Historical
Vanessa, I
things.
read horror as a teen. Stephen King, Dean Koontz, Clive Barker. Yeah, I read a lot of Stephen King. I read a lot of Clive Cussler. I read a lot of Heinlein because that's my daddy had a lot of. And then I read a lot of like Star Trek, books.
I have not read any of those authors.
And then every list that I got. See, if someone had given me a fantasy list at that time, I would have read every book on it. So any book I got that was read all these nonfiction, I did that. Read all these classics, I did that. Read all of, you know what I mean? Like I read, if somebody gave me a list, I read every book on it. Voracious is putting it lightly, which is probably why I feel so centered now because I'm back to that voracious reading thing.
She devoured books for breakfast.
Dude, I'm telling you. And lunch and dinner and snack. Vanessa says, I read The Hobbit as a young adult and didn't like it, so I didn't read Lord of the Rings till after the movies came out. And I never even finished the third book because they're just so freaking dense. Yeah, exactly. They're just not accessible. And Vanessa, and I found them pretty boring after the first book. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I'm glad I'm not the only one that feels that way. I always feel guilty when I say that because I'm glad they existed. I'm glad that he wrote them because it really paved the way for a lot of other things. But now we have much better things, more accessible, more female characters. And so I prefer modern fantasy. Vanessa, I don't love huge battle stories. I like people stories. Same. Spank, my mom and dad both read and they read to me. I love it. And they read to me. Yeah, that's awesome. My parents did read to me when I was little. But I mean, I don't ever remember them reading themselves. I taught myself how to read when I was 4. My mom thought I would just memorize the book. So we went to the store and got one I'd never seen before and I could read it. And at that point on, she's just like, read. And I'm like, cool.
I was all excited to teach my kids how to read. And then I said, I started getting like the easy reader books, and then they brought books home from the school library. And then they were like, Mama, can I read this to you? And I was like, well, how about we read it together? Because I'm thinking they don't know how to read. So I was like, we'll work on it together. Man, that school taught them already how to read in kindergarten. And I was like, well, all right then. Yeah, you guys are advanced though.
It's pretty quick, man. Vanessa, I didn't read Heinlein until I got with hubby because that's his fave author. I read Stranger in a Strange Land and it was fine. But then we got into it about me saying it's misogynistic. It is, though. It is. I think people are like, but I loved this thing, so it can't be bad. And we're like, we're not saying it's bad. We're saying it does have this thing, though.
Right.
Like, I mean, everything did. How is it not going to, right? Like, I don't know. It's what the time was. But yeah, it's definitely misogynistic. And a lot of that old stuff is also racist. And a lot of it is like, there's a lot of stuff with the old stuff. I'm like, I'll stick with the modern things. Nikki says, hello, I'm reading the series, but I'm reading the first book before I read Priory of the Orange Tree. Okay, I mean, that's fair. We'll read them because I prefer to read, especially big old books like this, in the order they were published. because
Right.
that's how the author had them in their brain. So I want to read them as the author conceived them instead of the timeline. So that's why we're reading this one first, and then we will read the prequel next. Well, if y'all vote on it, we will read it next.
That's true.
And Vanessa says, even though I was like, I understand, it was the environment he was in. Right? Exactly. And he was like, no, it can't. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing bad about the thing I love. I know people get like that, right? People do that all the time. I'm like, I'm so sorry I'm offending you. I don't mean to offend you. I'm just telling you what I saw. Like when I watch Star Trek, the original series, which helped shaped my brain, which explains a lot. And I watch it now. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so misogynistic. This is so misogynistic. And I didn't get that when I first watched it because I was a child and I didn't understand. So
I've never
progressive
watched
for its
it.
time, yes, still horribly
The
misogynistic.
lava can't go in the void.
And Vanessa says my mom had books, but I don't remember seeing her. Yeah, see, same. Vanessa, she had Interview with the Vampire when it first came out. That's how I discovered Anne Rice. Excellent. Vanessa
Wow.
says Heinlein was pretty progressive for his age, but it was still misogynistic. Exactly. Vanessa, okay, I'll stop talking so y'all can end the stream. I just love the conversations. Same. That's why we set timers. We just didn't need a timer right now because we were done with our sprints.
We're good. Yeah.
That's right. We're good. Awesome. All right. So we will stop the stream, but I will see you guys tonight, and I'll be reading Anne McCaffrey and see if I can get that book at least really close to done, because that would be nice. OG Star Trek is the best. I agree, Swank. You just have to realize that, oh my gosh, this is misogynistic. What did I watch as a child? Is what it is. There's still awesome parts to it. And I will say that till the day I die. Absolutely, Swank. Thanks for being here. And Alicia's going to go take a nap, and her kids are going to let her, right?
Yeah.
All right. See, that's because you have the best kids in the world. Yeah, you need to nap. That's how you feel better. You have to nap.
Yep.
That's right.
Need to give mommy orange juice.
That's right. Get mommy orange juice. Good for her.
I should drink a cup of orange juice.
Awesome.
All of the things.
All right. Well, I hope you feel better tomorrow. If not, don't be here. Go to the doctor.
Okay.
All right. We're worried about you. All right.